Welcome, everybody, to the 2021 Heroes to Hives program. I'm Dr. Adam Ingrao, the founder and lead instructor of the Heroes to Hives program, and I just want to welcome you to our 2021 season. We're still a couple months off from the course actually starting. Reminder that the course does not start until mid to late March, so please be patient with us. But I wanted to send you this email today with this video to kind of update you on things within the course. We've got a lot of changes that have happened over the last couple months to the course. We're undergoing right now the largest revamp of the course that we have done since the beginning of this course 6 years ago. So we're going to be at an entirely new learning platform this year. And so the information that you saw in the program preview video that you may have watched is going to be different. And I'm just going to be completely honest with you. We're in a period of flux right now. So things are going to be changing pretty rapidly as we finalize the design of this course for you for 2021. So just know that things are changing, and I think all for the better. You're going to have a lot more opportunities, especially for those of you out of state, and a lot of opportunities to continue your education using Heroes to Hives as the foundation to move forward. If you hear some grumbles in the background, please ignore my pup who's sitting behind me. We have a Saint Bernard Shar-Pei mix who likes to hang out with me in the office, but makes a lot of noise. So we're still working from home. So please just note that those snorts or growls you may hear in the background, they're not coming from me. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the course. Okay, so you're embarking on a pretty amazing endeavor. You're participating in the largest ag training course for military personnel in the country. Heroes to Hives really has focused on training veterans and military personnel to be the next generation of small-scale sustainable beekeepers. The program is designed for individuals that have under 5 years of beekeeping experience. It is a true beginning beekeeping course. If you have never kept bees before in your life, please do not start this year. Take the course, get a good solid education, and then start next year. The reason that we say that is because many times in the past, we've had individuals that thought they were going to be able to basically follow the course and manage their bees according to the course. That is not how this course is designed. This course is designed so that the learning objectives are built upon one another. So we're not focused on things aligning with seasonality. The course is designed to teach you to be a good beekeeper, and the strong foundation with biology and management is key to that. But you have to spend time learning those things before you apply them in a real world setting. So just note, if you are new to beekeeping, have never kept bees before, we do not recommend you keep bees this first year. Take our course, get a good foundational education, work with us on our beehives or work with a mentor, and then next year take that jump. We're not trying to set you up for failure. This course is all about setting you up for success. Over the last 6 years, Heroes to Hives has trained nearly 700 veterans, military personnel, so that includes active duty, reservists, and National Guards, in the art and science of beekeeping. Just a little over 200 dependents of those individuals, and those individuals have resided in 25 different states and are now keeping over 4,000 beehives, is what we estimate. So you're part of a big alumni group and a really great group of support. The way the program works, it runs from March to November of every year. In the off months, like now, January, December, February, we are focused on curriculum development and getting ready for the next season, those of us that are working at Heroes to Hives. So just note that we're busy working right now trying to get this course ready for you for the next year. And just note that really things are not going to be getting started until late February. And that is when you are going to receive your syllabus for the year. So you'll receive a syllabus that has all of the lectures that are going to be available, when they're going to be made available. You're going to have a whole listing of all of the on-ground events that we have, what dates, what times, what is the location, all of that will be in the syllabus. Please do not email us ahead of time asking for information on on-ground events. We are still designing all of this year, mainly because we've added 3 more states to where you can do on-ground training. So please be patient with us. Once you get the syllabus, you will know the dates. Do not email me ahead of time asking me for workshop dates and things like that. If you're trying to plan a vacation or things like that, note that, we understand that you're likely going to be going on vacation during the summer. There will be plenty of opportunities to get some on-ground education experience with us. And just note that you'll have all those dates at the end of February. So just be patient. Okay, the program is broken into two main areas this year, and that is the main program, which is all online, and Open Apiary Hours, which is optional. So that is available for those of you that live in states that we are offering that programming now. Please note that we are going to be increasing the size and scope of the Heroes to Hives program in the coming years and hope to come to other states. But we are working with partner universities to develop those relationships at a slow pace because we realize that we don't want to grow too fast. We want to have kind of a controlled growth so we can make sure that we're meeting the needs of you, our students, in those states and not just trying to be present in every single state in the United States. We want to make sure we're doing this right. And so this year is our pilot year for this out-of-state programming. So be patient with us when it comes to those Open Apiary Hours and on-ground programming. Again, that's all going to be in the syllabus. So just be patient on that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how this is going to be structured. So the biggest change for this year, by far, is the platform that Heroes to Hives is running on. So in previous years, we have run on YouTube as a private YouTube channel. And basically, I would send you links to lectures every single month. You would watch those lectures, and then we would move on from those lectures. We have changed that entirely this year. And the reason for that is because our alumni have asked us for the opportunity to do a certificate of completion, something that recognizes that you completed this course. But in order to do that, I have to be able to verify that you have done the work, right? And the way that we're going to do that this year is we're going to be using a platform that MSU uses for all of our online courses called Desire to Learn. So that's the screen that you see here to the right of the text. Basically, what's going to happen is after you register for the after you've registered for the program and after we get this open in March, you will be added to this platform and you will take the entire course through this single platform. You will watch your lectures, which will include over 40 lectures, much more than 60 hours of material, but about 60 hours of material that you'll have. And those will cover things like biology, pest management, equipment, how to manage bees to be healthy, how to manage bees seasonally. Everything that's really at the core of beginning beekeeping will be covered in these lectures. In addition, you'll receive instructional videos, how to do things in the apiary, like how to light a smoker, how to properly use a hive tool, those types of things. How to do a varroa mite check, how to manage varroa mites, those types of things in the instructional videos. You'll also receive resources. So you'll get handouts on things like a template for how to manage your beehives as far as taking data to ensure that you're tracking and recording the management and health of your colonies. We'll give you links to free books. We have a resource, a collection of some of the best beekeeping books, historical beekeeping books available in the United States that is all free, and we will connect you to all of those things. In addition, here is where you will have your community of support. Desire to Learn allows us not only to have all of these things embedded to them, like I've said here before, but we also have the opportunity to interact with one another through a virtual group platform where we can dialogue with one another. We can ask questions of one another. You can talk to your fellow students. You can talk to me. You can talk to the other instructors that are a part of the course. And that will be a great community of support for you as you continue to develop through this course. So the Desire to Learn platform, what it also allows us to do is it allows us to monitor what your action is on the course. Because say, for example, you want to say, well, I completed the course. Well, I have to be able to see that you have actually watched the lectures, that you've done assessments. And that's another thing that's going to be different this year is there's going to be built-in assessments for those of you that want to complete the course for the certificate of completion. I'm going to talk about that in detail here in just a moment. But that's where this is all going to take place this year, is on the Desire to Learn platform. It is all self-paced. So basically each month, an educational module will open up that'll have all the lectures, all the instructional videos, all the resources, and you will basically go through that module over the course of a month, complete the module, and then move on. Now, it is self-paced. If you're not able to complete everything in 1 month, you can come back to it later. But just note that everything, in order to be eligible for the certificate of completion, everything needs to be completed by the end of November of this year, of 2021. So just keep that in mind. But we'll talk a little bit about that here in just a moment. All right, as far as the hands-on management clinics, we're calling these open apiary hours. And basically it's your opportunity to come work with us hand in hand to learn how to do varroa mite checks working on a live beehive, to learn how to handle bees properly, to do gentle hive handling, to basically be able to evaluate colonies. So how do you do a monthly inspection? We'll be covering all of those things at these open apiary hours. Now, these hours are going to be set hours. They're going to be basically, and it's going to depend on state. So if you're in Michigan, you're going to get a syllabus that has all of the information on it right in the beginning. If you live in Minnesota, Missouri, or Nebraska, you're going to get a supplement to that that's going to have the information on the open apiary hours in your state. Now, the locations where all of these are going to be taking place, again, these are going to be set hours. So it's going to vary state by state. But for those of you in Michigan, you're going to get this opportunity 2 times a month. Basically, we're going to have open apiary hours in East Lansing at MSU's main campus, or in Newberry at my personal farm, which is in the Upper Peninsula. So those of you that live in the lower or mid-lower peninsula, you would be going to East Lansing. Those of you that live in the northern lower peninsula and the UP would be going to Newberry for those open apiary hours. If you're living in Minnesota, your open apiary hours are going to be available in Minneapolis and Rochester. If you live in Missouri, they're going to be available in Warrensburg. And if you're in Nebraska, they're going to be available in Lincoln at UNL's campus. So those are where those open apiary hours are going to take place. Now, keep in mind, those of you that live in the states outside of any of these 4 states, we do not currently have on-ground programming in those states. So again, we're moving slowly as far as this rollout is concerned with on-ground programming, so that we can ensure that we're giving you a quality education and just not expanding well beyond our means right now. Again, you may not be aware of this, but Heroes to Hives is an entirely donor-funded program. So our expansion is based on how much we can garner in the way of donations to fund this program, because it is free to all of you. And right now we have just shy of 500 students enrolled in the program just for this year alone. So just keep that in mind as well. But this may, depending on the state you're in, there's going to be a little bit difference as far as when these open apiary hours are available. So again, it'll vary by state, but just to give you an example of how this will vary. So for Michigan, because that's where I'm at, with MSU, we're also going to be hosting monthly inspection hours. So we're going to be letting you know when we are going to be doing our regular inspections at our apiaries across the state of Michigan. So in addition to the apiaries that we use for open apiary hours, we also manage 5 other apiaries across the state, in Novi, in Hickory Corners, in Benton Harbor, in Lake City, and Escanaba. We have the Newberry location, and then main campus. So you've got all of those locations that you're going to also be able to do these monthly inspection hours at. Now, these will occur during the week when we're doing regular inspections. So maybe you may not all be able to take advantage of this, but the other hours, the open apiary hours, will be after hours. So that those of you that are working 9 to 5s will still have the opportunity to attend those. All right. Just a reminder, if you are in Michigan, all the on-ground events will be in the syllabus sent out in March. If you're in Minnesota, Missouri, or Nebraska, you'll receive an additional syllabus. So what's going to happen, you've registered with us, and then as soon as we get all of our registrations done for the year by the end of February, I will then take those students that are in Minnesota, Missouri, and Nebraska, and I will share your email information with our partners there so that they can contact you with the state-specific educational opportunities that are on ground. All right, so the certificate of completion. This has been a really wildly popular topic that we talked about in the promo video for Heroes to Hives this year. But again, things have been changing a lot over the course of the last 2 months. And so we've got some updates there. So there's going to be 2 options here. Now, I know that I said in the original video, and many of you have called me about this or emailed me that it was not an option to check that you wanted to complete the certificate of completion. The reason we had that on there was because we weren't sure if the D2L platform was going to be where we were going to move at that point. And so it was going to require us to actually take you separately from the general population of students that just wanted to do the course with no expectation of completion. And we're going to have to separate you all and add you to another platform. We are not going to be doing that. So everybody has the opportunity to complete a certificate of completion. The way you complete it is you do the work. And so what it's going to take for you to get a certificate of completion for the Heroes to Hives course is this is just the online portion. So those of you anywhere in the world that are participating in this program can get this certificate of completion. The way you do it is that you're going to complete all the lectures. So you're going to watch all the lectures. You're going to successfully complete all the assessments. So for every educational module we have, and we have 9 modules, one each month, there will be a test that you have to take and pass with 70% or better. You will also have to successfully complete a final exam. Now, these are not going to be very hard exams. This is a beginning beekeeping course. So the expectation is that you learn the basics, but we do need to assess your knowledge to determine if you've completed the course or not, if you've actually attained the knowledge that we want you to attain. So this is going to require you to put in some work. Now, the thing I tell about students every single time we start this program is you are going to get out of this program what you put into it. If the expectation is that you're just going to be able to casually watch our videos in the background and learn everything, that's not going to be the case. You are going to have to sit down and watch these lectures, learn the material in them in order to pass these assessments. We're not just giving out certificates of completion. You have to do the work. And so that is why we have moved to this platform. The D2L platform allows me to see how long you've been in a lecture, what your participation has been like. I can see all of that in real time on this. And so that will allow us to certify you as completing the course. So if you complete all the objectives, you will get a certificate of completion at the end of the course from Heroes to Hives. We have also wanted to take this a bit further. Many of our students in the past have gone on to grow their beekeeping operations. And one of the ways that we continue to develop as beekeepers is that we continue to learn. If your expectation is to take Heroes to Hives in 9 months and become an expert beekeeper, you're going to be in for a very startling upset coming the second year, because the second year of beekeeping is very different than the first year of beekeeping. And those of you who have kept these over the years know that. But there is an opportunity that we wanted to give you to continue your education beyond Heroes to Hives, because Heroes to Hives is just a beginning beekeeping course. We are not a master level beekeeping course. We are designed to set you up for success in the beginning years of your beekeeping endeavor. But many of you may want to go on to continue your education after Heroes to Hives. So what we have done is we have partnered with the Great Plains Master Beekeeping Program run out of the University of Nebraska. GPMB is a very large master beekeeping course that's based out of UNL, and we've been working with over the last year to get our course certified for their apprenticeship level course. So what does that mean? So what it means is that you as a student, you complete the Heroes to Hives course and you want to continue your education. Maybe you want to become a master beekeeper and you want to have that certification. Well, GPMB is the program you would do that in. And so what happens is that after you complete Heroes to Hives, you then apply for our credits to be counted to GPMB's credits. And what we're working on right now is that if you complete Heroes to Hives, that means that you will have completed the apprenticeship level of the GPMB Master Beekeeping Program. There's apprenticeship, journeyman, and then master beekeeper levels to that program. But you will have completed the apprenticeship level of that program. So if you complete Heroes to Hives, you then apply to have those credits transferred over to UNL, which we will explain how to do that once we get started in the course. And then you basically just have to finish out the requirements for that course. And basically what that is a final exam. You pay $80 and complete a final exam, and now you've got your apprenticeship level programming. There are some on-ground requirements as well, as far as course amount of hours you've worked with us or worked with a master level beekeeper. But there's actually beekeepers all across the Midwest that you can participate in that. You just don't have to work with us on that. So what this essentially does is that when you complete the Heroes to Hives course, you essentially have completed the apprenticeship level of the GPMB course. You just have to finish that last portion of it, which is the exam portion of it, the practical exam, the on-ground practical exam. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that as the program starts in March. But you're gonna have 2 ways to basically leverage your Heroes to Hives education: through a certificate through us or through continuing your education through GPMB. All right, so what's next? What's next? In late February, you're going to receive the course syllabus for Heroes to Hives. It'll have all the information you need to know about the course. Students that are in Missouri, Minnesota, Nebraska, you're going to receive that supplemental syllabus for on-ground programming. But the online course will be the same. Okay, so the Heroes to Hives course will be the same, the online portion of it. The only difference is going to be the on-ground portion of it. So that you will get in late February as well as those supplemental syllabi from those other states, if you are in those states. If you're outside of these 4 states, you're just going to get the Michigan syllabus because we don't have hands-on opportunities in those other states. We are working on that, but again, slow rollout for us. We're trying to make sure that this model works. All right, the D2L course, where all of this is going to be happening, will open in mid to late March. I will be adding you manually to that course, so you'll start receiving emails from D2L about your enrollment in the Heroes to Hives course. I will also send out an email at that time to let you know, just in case something happens and you aren't added for some reason or another. But you will be added to the course in mid to late March. Once that happens, you're pretty much on a self-paced journey at that point. I'll be opening up learning modules each month. You complete those modules, it'll chart your completion of those modules in the software, and then as the next month opens up, another module will open up and you'll be able to do it. It's all self-paced, so you do it at your own pace. But again, in order to complete the certificate of completion, you're going to have to have completed all of these objectives by the end of November in 2021. So we do have a timeline there. There is a 9-month timeline, but you can, if you've got to front load it and, you don't have a lot of work going on in the beginning of the season, you can, front load it and get some of those early modules completely done. Or if you'd rather wait till the end of the season and you've got a lot of work at the beginning of the season, maybe you can cram some stuff in the back end of the season. But again, we have the opportunity to monitor all of this. We can track your presence in these lectures. We are going to be able to track your assessments. So, there is accountability in the program, and that is intentional because now we are offering these certificates of completion. Now, the one thing I will say is that all of this is in flux. D2L will be the platform we use, but things may change a little bit until we start the program in March. And that's all based on how we're developing this new course. Again, this is the largest revamp of the program we've had since it began. And the reason that we are having to undergo this is because this is the 2nd year in a row where we've had nearly, 500 students essentially. So the amount of individuals participating in the course has expanded tremendously. And so this is our opportunity to really get educational programming to you all in a really kind of, I'll say a centralized platform, something that requires a lot more interaction from all of us, but it's in a centralized area where we can do everything in one place, which is a really great thing, and not something that we've done previously. So we're looking forward to this new model and look forward to having you being part of it. Okay, if there are any questions before the course, you can email me here, ingrayoad@msu.edu. You can call my cell. I definitely recommend emailing me. I live in the Upper Peninsula, as I said before, for those of you that live in Michigan. Those of you who don't live in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula is really, it's a peninsula really kind of unlike anywhere else in the United States. I've visited a very beautiful area of Michigan, some untapped wilderness up here. But that's where I live, which also means I live in a remote area. So cell reception is pretty poor at my home. And we are still on work at home orders with MSU because of COVID. So generally email is the best way to get a hold of me, but feel free to reach out to me and ask me any questions if you've got questions. But also note that we're asking you to be patient and that you will be receiving a full syllabus at the end of February. We look forward to working with you this year and welcome to the Heroes to Hives program.